Good morning from Portland. Can I just ask you a favour before we even start the episode? Don't click away, don't click away, don't click away. I'd like you to all watch the first 60 to 90 seconds of this video, and then you can click off if you want. But there's a thing in YouTube metrics which tells us how many people click away in a certain length of time into the episode, and I think it makes a difference. And just to satisfy my curiosity, I want to see what happens if even if you're not intending to watch the rest of this video, you watch the first minute and a half, and that will give me some really interesting information. After that, if you're finding the episode boring, then please do click off. What's actually happening in this episode, though, isn't boring at all. We are removing a huge piece of our boat. It's very radical and it's a bit scary, but you'll have to watch to see what happens there. We're also measuring up for a new headsail, and that's really interesting. And you'll have to watch Melissa doing that. And then I fall in the water, which is very funny. So keep watching, because towards the end of the video, you'll see me take a dive. Don't just skip to the end, it's worth watching. Right guys, enjoy the episode, see you in a bit.
We mentioned a couple of weeks ago that we need to measure for our new Genoa, which I'm going to do while Ollie's having a nap. I've got the form on my phone and it's meant to be really easy, so that's what I'm doing while Ollie is sleeping. Today we are measuring up for our Precision Sails headsail. They send you a very simple form to fill in. You just take the measurements and fill it in and send it off, and then they do the rest. Let's get started with measurement A. So measurement A is from the deck to the location of the tack. So you measure from the deck plate, so that's 61 centimetres or 2 feet. Measurement B is from where the head of the sail attaches to the top swivel and the bottom, the tack, attaches to the drum. For measurement B, you're going to be hoisting this to the top of the foil, so you're going to need a safety line and a long tape measure that you can attach to the swivel. This extra line we're going to attach to the swivel here, just so if it gets jammed at the top of the mast, we can pull it back down without relying on the tape measure to pull it down, because you don't want to end up with this and your halyard stuck at the top of the mast. I've just attached this with a bowline, and I've put the tape measure through the shackle here. All I'm going to do now is haul this to the top of the mast, making sure that my tape measure goes up with it. You just want to make sure that this is all the way to the top. So I'm just going to loosely cleat this off so it doesn't get lost, and then pull the tape measure tight and measure where the tack of the sail will attach. That's 14 metres and 39 centimetres. Now we can use the line I've attached to retrieve the top swivel and the halyard without pulling on the tape measure. I'm just winding in the tape measure as I go so I don't get in a mess. Our next measurement is measurement C, which is the height of the halyard to the side decks. I'm using the same method. I've attached a line so we don't lose it at the top. Just cleat that off, make sure I don't lose it. And that is 14 metres, 34 centimetres. Measurement D, I'm taking from the forestay to the base of the mast, and that will complete my 4 triangle measurement. I'm just going to use a little bit of seizing wire to attach this to the base of the forestay. So this measurement is along the deck to the front of the mast, and that is 5 metres 14. For the next 2 measurements, which are E and F, I've gone back to the tack on the furler drum. So measurement E is to the most forward position on the sheet track. So I'm measuring to the centre of the car, which I've just brought forward, and that is 6 metres 24. And then measurement F is with the car in the most aft position on the track, and that is 9 metres 7 centimetres. So for measurement G, you're taking a measurement from the bow to the waterline from the same plate that you took your first measurement from. So just let the top touch the water, and that's 1 metre 40. When you're taking this measurement, just make sure there's nobody on the boat to cause any movement in the water. Measurement H is from the water to the deck at the base of the mast. So you just need to do a little bit of eyeing up to take into account the camber of the deck. And that is 1.15 meters. The final measurement that we need to make is working out what size luff tape we need on the front of the sail, which goes into this groove here. Now, most people have got a sail to measure for your previous sail that you've taken down. The one that we have is not the right sail for this boat, so we want to take a new measurement from the actual groove. If you have a sail, then you can use a set of calipers and just check the measurements along the existing luff tape and go with your average. But we don't have that, so we are using a set of drill bits. The average size is about 6 mil, so I'm going to start with 6 mil and then I'm just going to pop it in the groove to see if that fits. So the 6 mil drill bit is a nice fit, but no, 6 mil is ideal. The measurement on the form is actually just over 6 mil, so I'm going to check the 6.5 mil drill bit to see if that fits in there, and it does. And that's how you measure up for a new head sail from Precision Sails.
Another reason that we wanted to measure up for our new head sail was that we've got another massive job that we want to do, which involves removing the whole bow roller and stem from the boat. Something that we noticed while cruising over the summer was that our bow roller, while suited for older school anchors, isn't really suited for the new large Mantus that we've got. And the tip of the anchor, you can see it's doing the same on this boat, was actually touching the fiberglass and kind of chewing into it a little bit like what it is on this boat. It doesn't come out far enough to really protect the front of the boat. So we've spoken to Dave, who's made our new stainless steel diesel tank, which we're very, very grateful for, and he said to take it off and send the whole thing to him for him to modify. Now, in order to do that, we have to slacken off the entire rig, but before I slacken off the rig and the backstays, I wanted to get in the anchor locker and just crack off all of the nuts that hold the stem on, because while they're under that kind of tension from the rig, it'll be easier just to take half a turn off each of the nuts one at a time, just to make sure that they're not rusted solid, and then I can slacken off the rig and remove it. So the next bit you're going to see is me removing the entire bowsprit stem, which presumably hasn't been off the boat since she was made 50 years ago. Here we are again, back in the chain locker. Spent my fair share of time in here. The nuts I need to get to are right up the front there, and it's really narrow, so I'm not sure how successful it's going to be filming that, but I'll do my best. And which nuts they are, it's these three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're all going to undo relatively easily. I think I just need to go and get another extension, but they're all going to do and undo absolutely fine, I think. No problems. Okay, so the next thing to do then is to slacken off the backstays, remove the forestay, back up the forestay with halyards, and attach the forestay to the cleat here, because we're going to be removing the bowsprit completely, the stem bowsprit anchor roller assembly completely. I'm going to remove the toggles from below our drum, and I'm going to bring it back to the cleat on the foredeck. Clearly we're not going to be sailing while that's off, but with both halyards we're keel stepped. The lowers are going to remain on with 2 halyards, the spinnaker halyard and the jib halyard, and the actual headstay attached to the foredeck cleat. It'll be completely secure. I backed up the headstay with the jib halyard and the spinnaker halyard. I then removed the roller reefing drum, which is over there, and I've brought the main forestay back to this cleat. And what I've done is I've replaced the drum with a turnbuckle. I've put a sturdy webbing strap around the cleat, and I've tensioned the turnbuckle, not tight, just enough to take any significant bow out of the foils, so that so those foils aren't under great big catenary kind of bend and putting a lot of strain on the joints. We all know about those joint issues. So so that's absolutely fine. There's effectively 3 headstays, 2 rope headstays and 1 wire headstay, all securely down. I'm perfectly happy to leave this for, you know, a couple of weeks while Dave does the stainless work. That's completely fine. I would trust it in any weather. We're not sailing on it for a couple of weeks while Dave does the work. Next thing then is to try and get these bolts out, and to do that I'm going to go back in the chain locker and see if I can get the nuts off. I'm dying to get in here and paint this out like I did on Steel Melody. Painted out the chain locker, which of course you have to on a steel boat, but I want to do it on this because it'll just be so much nicer. Not that I plan on spending much time in here. Can you see as well, there's still more old wiring up here that I haven't been able to remove yet. But trust me, I'll get to it. It's going to come out. It's just a case of twat it too much. This is the last one. I need to get the mole grips on like that.
Yeah.
So what I need you to do is, with the end of the screwdriver, yeah, if you can push it there, then I'll try and get the mole grips on a bit more.
Mummy! Mummy!
What's that doing at the bottom? I can hear cracking.
I think it's just the sucker.
Yeah, right, I'll go and get the crowbar.
It's just the challenge of getting both sides up at once, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think about it all, Oliver?
See?
Can you do it? You're going to fix the boat?
Yeah?
Yeah. Is Daddy making a mess?
Daddy!
Making a mess? Can you say Daddy's broken the boat? Boat broken.
Shake, shake,
Shake.
shake,
Boat.
shake.
Boat.
Whoa, whoa,
Gruffalo. Can you say boat?
whoa, whoa.
It's like a surgery.
Like surgery.
Yeah. Mole grips. Fires.
Yeah. A little bit tricky at arm's length over water.
Yeah, sure. Feel free to. Yay.
Right. Success, I think.
Yeah.
So before I take this off, look at the state of the bolts that were holding our bowsprit anchor roller on. I mean, they're fine. They've just been on the boat 50 years. So this is a really good bit of preparation for going further afield. And look at the corrosion on the nuts. As soon as you put a span, they looked fine, but as soon as you put a screwdriver on them, they're disintegrating. So we'll put these, sorry Ollie, we'll go in again in a sec.
Sorry, Ollie. Whoa.
There we go. That is our anchor roller. So I can send that off to Dave to get beefed up. Now, this is what I'm trying to point out. See, the centre sections are really thick. The side plates are pretty thin. So Dave's going to make these thicker and longer so that the anchor comes further away from the boat. Fantastic. And while he's doing that, we can fix all of this. Look at that. Mush. Just make sure that doesn't go in the sea.
Ollie is helping.
Whoa, whoa.
Helping with his Gruffalo hat.
Do you want it on?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa,
Get my phone.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
What do you reckon to this? This is really cool. So I've made a plywood replica of our anchor. It is a beast. So that I can post this off to Dave with the bowsprit, so that he's got all of these angles and curves, and you can see this is the bit of the thing that was jabbing into the front of our boat. So obviously I'm not going to post him our actual anchor because it's 65 pounds, 30 kilos, weighs an absolute ton. I want to keep the postage down. So today we're going to box it off, send this lot off to Dave, and then it'll be presumably a little while before we get it back. Yeah, so you can see the issue here with the anchor on the roller. Can you see how close the tip of the anchor is getting to this? And it's just too close. What we need to do is build it out so that the anchor is out here somewhere, you know, perhaps not that far. You know, we'll let Dave make the decision, and then build it so that it comes down and against this plate, so that it can't get forced upwards when we bury the nose in a wave. You can see with this this roller here, it's something similar. It's extended further out from the bow, and it's shaped so that if you go hit a wave and bury the nose, the anchor comes up, but it'll only come up as far as this restraint here, and which will stop it flying up in the air. There's other ways of doing it. You can put a pin through the anchor, or a clamp or a hoop over the top, but you know, any of those things is a potential weak point, whereas physically stopping the anchor from coming upwards at all has got to be the best solution if you can do it. And fortunately, because we've got friends like Dave, and we can. So there you go, the bow roller's off. Another thing that Jack had for his birthday, apart from the sailing course, which many of you generously contributed towards, was a kayak that we bought him. He's wanted one for ages, so he can go exploring and kayaking around anchorages. And while we're here in Portland, it's very, very safe. So I jumped in the dinghy and Jack went off for a paddle on his new kayak. And the next bit that you're about to see is flipping hilarious, because typical me, I end up cocking things up.
You okay?
Fine. It's not even that cold.
No, it's about 13 degrees at the moment.
Completely fine, yeah. So there you go. That was hilarious. Right. Thank you very, very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the episode. We'll see you next time. Thanks, as always, to our patrons who are incredible, who support us and keep the channel going. We make these videos for you. And thank you to you for watching and liking and commenting and sharing and all of that good stuff. Please do leave us a comment and a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you didn't like the episode. But we'll see you next time. And there's some more exciting stuff happening in the next couple of episodes where I tackle a complete rewire and a complete remodeling of Jack's and Oliver's aft cabin while Jack and Ollie and Melissa are away. See you next time. Bye bye.